Hey guys, what is up? It's your girl Andrea Johnson, Reiki master teacher and practitioner, energy worker, and spiritual lifestyle content maker, coming at you today with a sit down video. And as you can tell probably from the title of this video, it is what is Reiki. By the end of the video, you guys will have a better idea of what this practice actually is. Maybe I can expand your consciousness a little bit on it and maybe demystify some of that woo-woo stigma around it. Hopefully by the end you'll be encouraged to maybe experience a session yourself or maybe even take a Reiki course. So with that being said, grab yourself something to drink, sit down, kick back and relax on this beautiful fall day, and let's get into it. So before we actually dive into the session itself, there's a few things that I wanted to cover to maybe kind of give you a little bit of a background information per se on this practice. So first things first is Reiki is not spiritual. Reiki is actually a science. And if you really think about it, what is science? Science is the explanation of creation. What is creation? It is our universe. It is our world. It is us. And then break that down even further. Like, what is creation made out of? Energy. Everything is made out of energy. Our world is made out of energy. We are made out of energy. Our thoughts and our emotions, our consciousness is all energy. That's how it can tie into Reiki, because Reiki is just a channel of energy into the human body, which is the machine that is harnessing the energy that is you. You can kind of see where science and spirituality can kind of like come together. It kind of goes hand in hand, but they are separate. Science is just the explanation of creation. Spirituality is just your personal relationship with that creation that is you. So let's kind of talk about the energy a little bit. What actually is the energy? Now, I said our universe is made up of energy. You are made up of energy, right? Energy is everything that essentially exists. On a scientific level, you can think of energy as atoms and electrons, as electricity. They vibrate. Energy vibrates and emits a certain frequency. And that kind of depicts the form of it. And to go even further between atoms and electrons, you can go deeper. There is a space in between there called subatomic. This is where like quantum physics would come into play. It is like a vast field of pretty much waves of energy, waves of consciousness, of thought, pretty much. That is the energy in its simplest form. On a more of a scientific energy in its simplest form is just light. That's all it is just a breakdown of light. So in reality, guys, you are a light being. Everything is actually just light in its most simplest form, all held together by conscious thought. All right, we went a little too far there. Now that you kind of have an understanding of science, of energy, how that ties into spirituality a little bit, the Reiki practice itself, Reiki actually means universal life force energy. So Reiki is that energy, but the word Reiki is just describing the practice of channeling energy into a client. A Reiki session actually originated from Japan. It's actually a holistic healing technique. So think of it as in the same realm as massage, as acupuncture. It's an energetic healing technique of where the practitioner will channel this life force energy into the client. And usually this takes place like either distance or in person. If it is in person, it's usually in like a spa type setting, very holistic healing relaxation. That is a very high level overview of a Reiki session. Now let's kind of take it a step further and dive into actually what's going on the table. The practitioner serves as a channel. So I want you to think of the human body as a conduit for this energy. So as a conduit of this energy, the practitioner is tapping into this universal life force energy that we all have access to all the time. So remember that as well. Channeling it through their energetic system into the clients. Now, our human body has an energy system. I'm gonna keep this very high level and simple, but it is made up of chakras. It is made up of meridians or nadis, dependent upon the culture that you're referencing it from, and you have your aura. So that is what is really harnessing or anchoring the energy that is you, which is your soul, to this specific body, to this machine, to live out your life here on earth in whichever way you choose. So that's what I refer to as the human energetic system. Now in Reiki, it is very, very beneficial to know and master your chakras. I'm not gonna go over them all in this video. I'm just gonna give you a high level overview so you can kind of understand how Reiki works in the chakras. In Reiki, we work in the 7 main ones. I actually like to work in 9, but the human body actually has hundreds of them. What chakras are they are wheels. In Sanskrit, it actually means wheels, but they're more like anchors and portals. I think they're portals to other dimensions. So these chakras are seated along the spine, going up and down the human body, and they tie into organs in the body, and specifically the endocrine system, which each chakra ties into a specific endocrine system organ. But they also tie into other organs in the system. So each chakra is correlated to a certain body part, correlated to a certain challenge in life, and also to certain emotions. So as we go through and experience life and we have all these experiences, these traumas, these things that happen to us, if we do not properly deal with the energy associated with them, it gets stored in our body and specifically our chakras, and it can really wreak havoc on your energetic system and cause damage, body, mind, spirit. So when you hold on to these low vibrational frequencies, it's taking life from you. Your cells are actually changing to that frequency. So if you have something that caused you to hold on to anxiety in your life, so that is now stored in your body, and dependent on that incident will depend on what chakra it gets stored into. So say it has something to do with a relationship, a lover per se. That anxiety would get stored in your sacral chakra, and that would affect your reproductive organs. It would affect your kidneys. It would affect your bladder. So that frequency could eventually, if held onto long enough, create some form of dis-ease around those body parts. So that is where it is a body, mind, spirit connection, and all three are tied in together. And you can see also where life is a test. The body being your greatest tool, or your guide to actually show you how in alignment you are with yourself or with the universe or God. So that's how Reiki is a tool, because the channeling of life force energy into the human energetic system clears out the energies that are not in alignment with you, that are low vibrational. It actually brings them up to a higher vibration, because energy cannot be created and it cannot be destroyed. It just changes form. So that is the purpose of what Reiki is. Now, what people experience during the channeling and how they heal is totally up to the energy. It is not up to the practitioner. It is not up to them of how they get to heal, but Reiki will always meet, or the energy will always meet the client where they're at in that moment for their highest benevolence. How they're supposed to heal in that moment of time, they will heal. So typically I tell clients what they can expect, or more so of, I try to tell them, please do not have expectations. Because when you do go in with expectations, you can block yourself from having, an experience, or you might think something went wrong if you don't experience something epic, and that's just not the case. It is in nobody's control of what you can and cannot experience. It's all up to the energy, and it knows that you need in that moment. It's a wide range of things that a client can experience during a session. I've had clients actually have emotions come up and they cry. Sometimes they laugh. I've had clients feel the energy within their body, so you can experience extreme heat, tingles, cooling burns. Those are all kind of signs that you're feeling the energy. Sometimes you feel like you're on like a raft on the water. It really just depends on the person, and why some people, and this is just my analogy of it, how people experience things is just dependent on the level of a meditative state that they get into during the session. It is putting you into a meditative state. It's putting you in connection with yourself again. It's connecting you with your intuition. Now, wherever you're at in that point of time, meaning if you have a lot of stresses, your mind is going 100 miles an hour and you can't shut it off, you might not have like this huge, spiritual awakening, or you might not feel the energy, or you might just fall asleep, because that was the best thing for you to get you back into alignment. So really, Reiki is putting you in a meditative state, and this is huge for some people because they can't meditate, or I say can't. Some people struggle really hard to meditate, and when they enter into a Reiki session, and even though it's not like this Buddha, like I'm levitating off the ground meditation, it's just enough for them to heal. It is just enough for the brain to experience and establish pathways into a meditative state, that if that person so decides to keep going with Reiki or to keep meditating, they can easily get back to that spot that Reiki session allowed them to have, or that energy gave them at that point in time, so then they can go deeper the next time. That is where this is partly a tool. It is a tool to put you in touch with yourself again. It is a tool to get rid of stress in the body. Stress is actually what is being held in your body. You're holding on to certain frequencies of stress, and it is what causes a lot of disease, guys. I really think it's the core of everything of disease. And we ourselves are the one creating it in our minds with our thoughts and our emotions. And dependent on the frequencies of it is going to just depend what chakra it's in and what kind of disease, if held on to long enough, it can transpire into. You can kind of see how this practice is a tool and how it can help you. And even though some people may not have these epic experiences, it is still healing for them. And yes, I can go further in, it's probably another video, but when you get done with a Reiki session, you will not feel the same. You walk in as a certain energy and you're going to leave a different energy, and it's going to feel different because our reality is created from the inside. So when you change your frequency from the inside, your outer world is going to look different. It's going to be a tool to show you where you come out of alignment when you go throughout your life. And why? Because you're vibrating at a higher frequency. You're probably really not used to it. You may not be used to it, but you're going to feel the energetic shift. Hopefully your Reiki practitioner kind of explained these things to you for you to understand and maybe be mindful when you leave. But I always try to tell my clients that be very aware of your life, especially the month after a Reiki session when your energy is higher. Because you're going to feel the energetic shift from a higher frequency to a lower frequency, and that's where it's going to tell you where you're out of alignment at. Your body is the thing that tells you where you are out of alignment with life, and it speaks to you from the inside, bringing to your conscious awareness. The body is the subconscious, and you can use it all throughout your life to raise your vibration. But if you do not make the permanent changes in life, if you do not do the inner work, if you don't get rid of the thoughts, if you don't break the habits, if you don't push past fear, if you don't listen to your intuition, that divine intelligence inside of you, which is the energy, you will just kind of go back to your normal state of what you were. But I barely ever see people stay there. I see people shift up, as in they move forward and make really big leaps and bounds after a Reiki session, or you can do this on your own and with shadow work and embarking on your own spiritual journey. But there are times when you take steps back. But that's okay. That it's honestly how it's designed. And when you take the steps back, it's learning, and you learn from it. You learn from your thoughts, your mistakes, your triggers. I say mistakes. You just learn in life, and you learn how to let things go, and you learn how to process emotions and be more emotionally intelligent with how you handle things. So you're just more mindful and conscious in your life, and therefore you know how to get rid of fear, you know how to get rid of anxiety, and you have these tools like Reiki or meditation or yoga or whatever it so may be, to help you shift and get rid of these energies out of your body. And that's how all of these things are tools. And once you can do that, then you can make leaps and bounds forward, and you can shift your reality, and you can create the life that you want to and live more in alignment with your goals and with your purpose, what your soul came here to do. I am getting so much off of a topic right now. You can see how Reiki can very much tie into spirituality, and the session itself is science-based, but also there's something more to it, and that's all that I can really explain. You can see through my video of how it is more than just a session, how it is a journey, and how you can just use it as a tool if you so choose to in your life. Life is not the way that we were originally taught. If you understand energetic terms or life as energy, you can really use it to your advantage. I don't think I can really just make a plain freaking video and not go into the passion side I have for this practice. So to wrap up this video, guys, that is essentially what a Reiki session is. That is what the energy is. That is the human energetic system, and kind of how you can see how it all ties in together, body, mind, spirit, and what we actually are. We are a walking miracle. Life is a miracle. So you can see my passion for this and how I took it from session to practitioner to now teacher, and now I do all things energy work. Because once you understand the energy, and once you develop that relationship with it and let it develop your intuition, and you have these awesome experiences and you see others have these awesome experiences, you just keep going and you keep experiencing and you keep learning and growing with it, and you have just an epic, it's an experience. Like, you just have to experience it. That's it. Well, anyways, guys, hopefully you took something of this video. I think I stayed on topic of what I wanted to portray, but essentially that is what Reiki is. It is more than a practice. It is more than a session for me. And I like to express that to my clients, to my students, because I know that this practice can help people. I know it can help develop intuition. It's how I started, and I've grown so much because of it. It really taught me life. It taught me how to manipulate energy. It taught me what the energy was, what the body is. So I know that I can do the same for others, and I am so very blessed for the students that I have that allow me to be part of their journey and to share my knowledge, and for us to share our experiences together. I do have some upcoming class dates. I will be teaching December 10th here in Springfield, Missouri. So if you guys are interested in that, please, if you're in the area and are interested in that, please comment down below. Maybe shoot me a message, or I'll leave my Instagram. So I will be taking students all the way up from a week 2 class, so then we can start the Reiki cleanse and I can get books and everything all set up. So but I will be hosting more classes, and I'm pretty sure if I get enough students, I will be doing an online course, live Zoom. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It took so much for me to actually get this out. So like always, guys, sending you all of my good vibes, all of my light, and all of my love. We'll see you later.